This is the Cliff Yates Show. Personal growth, motivation, inspiration, and philosophies for a great life.
Hey, this is the Cliff Yates Show. I have a great guest on today, and he's a lot like myself. Hey, we were in a bad place at one point. We've turned it around, and we're all about impacting others in a positive way. He's got a great book called A Unified Man, and he believes like I do. You can change the world by really start with yourself, and then you can change the world from the inside. And so, Mr. Neal Fisher, thanks for joining me, brother.
Yeah, man. What's up, baby?
Hey, everything's good, man. Living the dream here, and you're over there across the water and living the dream. That's great. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday morning for you.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yes, A Unified Man. How did that come about, that book of yours? I like it.
It just came to me like it was just an accident. It was a product of my entire life. You know, had one foot in the future and one foot in the past. So really, you're not going forwards. You're not going backwards. You're just going fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
So it just came to me. It was an accident. I didn't even mean to write it. It's just something that came up from within me. And that's what that whole book is really about. It's getting rid of all of the false ideas, the beliefs, the identities, and all the crap that holds us back. It's like, it's not so much about hitting the accelerator. It's about letting go of the brake, and then you just automatically go forwards.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, getting rid of those limiting beliefs, and yeah, just getting rid of the things that are holding you back, right? And you'll automatically be going forward. Wow, great. And how did you know how to write a book?
Well, it's like this. We all have dormant talents within, and mine was my education from high school. I was always good at writing. I was always good at speaking. I was always good at being the center of attention, and I shunned back from that. I'd repressed and constrained those natural inclinations within that we all have. I mean, we're all born with certain gifts. We're all born with certain expressions, but then it gets smashed out of us, and then we constrict ourselves, and then we wonder why we have so much pain is because we're forced within rather than growing without. So it was just re-alivening all those things, and I didn't even mean to write it. All I did was just want to put together a short, little, concise document, a system for how I structure my life. And then once I started, just the force flowed through me, and I sat in a room for a month, and I just wrote a book by accident.
I couldn't agree with you more. It is really, we're kind of born with these natural talents, and we just have to unleash them, as they say. And so I get so excited about this stuff, and you're firing me up. And now that you've transformed to, you're coaching other people, right? For me, it's like sharing these things are just, I get 10 times back from sharing it with other people.
Yeah, well, it's coaching has all these connotations associated with it. Coaching doesn't sound very serious. This is fucking deadly serious. We're talking about people's lives here. Yeah. This is the initiation into reaching the higher levels, the higher worlds, and just solving that pain and hell that all of us live in. You know, drugs, alcohol, addiction, suicide, anxiety, depression. This isn't just coaching. Yeah. This is saving people's lives. This is opening a channel for self-expression and elevation. So this is important work, and every single one of us has that responsibility. Once you actually gain that power yourself, it is your responsibility, and you'll never have fulfillment and satisfaction unless you are elevating people. It's the archetypal hero's journey. You go through all the trials. You go through the belly of the beast. You become that powerful man or that powerful woman. But if you stay in Never Never Land, if you stay on your own personal journey, that own odyssey, you never actually complete the journey. And the completion is the return to help the world of suffering to elevate others.
I agree. I mean, the thing is about to affect other people, I get to hear these things over and over again. I keep feeding my mind in a continual loop of this, focusing on those things, right? And so, if I talk to you about these things, I hear them again, and then hopefully other people hear them and are affected by it too. But you talk about, let's... we're going to change the nation. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean exactly this. The mission is to build the nation and to build the future. You and I, Chris, are the nation. Every single one of us is the nation. We must build ourselves from the inside out. How do you change the world? You change your world. You change your perception, your strength, your experience, and then everything starts to change around you. And then from there, as an individual, there's 3 steps to it. Is that in order to build the future, we must build ourselves. And the future is a time that is different and better than now. Everything we're doing at a baseline, it's not anything really miraculous. Being healthy, being positive, having fulfilling work and helping others and unleashing your true genius within, that isn't something remarkable. That is the baseline operation standard of what a human being is supposed to be. So this is really just about remembering who we are. And when we remember who we are, we build the nation and we build the future individually because we wipe our own ass and we take full responsibility. Then we do it autonomously. I don't need to tell you what to do. Cliff doesn't need to tell you what to do. You're on your own path now. You're a self-sufficient man or a self-sufficient woman. And then collectively, because we all, as a species and as individuals, we all want the same things: health, wealth, love, happiness, spiritual connection. We all want the same things. So individually, autonomously, and collectively, we build that better world. We build that better way of life and that better standard, that higher standard of baseline living. And we automatically change the world like that. It's actually really, really simple.
I agree. It's funny. How do you? So my mom, who's 88, who she works out now. She said I influenced her to work out, but she works out.
Hell yeah!
She was planking here. She did a plank for a minute and a half. But she had a couple of friends recently. They passed away. But when she would talk to them, and she used to say to me, "How come these people?" Because what they would say to her is, they're in their 80s, and they're like, "Well, what's the difference anyways at our age?" And she just can't conceive of that these people have this mental attitude, right? They have no concept.
The funny thing is, people like that, they've been saying that their entire life. They didn't just start saying that when they were 88.
You're right.
That has been with them their entire life. What you
You're
see
right.
is a product of the compound effect. There is one universal force that dictates everything, all all phenomenon, all cosmic events, everything, and it boils down to the compound effect. And that compound effect is a derivative of your beliefs. Beliefs aren't facts. We think they are, they aren't. It all comes down. Life isn't a matter of belief, it's a matter of awareness. What are you aware of? When you become aware of universal law, and when you become aware that your internal dialogue, that unconscious driver, dictates everything, it's all you.
Right.
It's all you. It's
Yeah.
all you, and it's all what you say about you. Everything else is secondary.
Yeah, I like when you say getting back to who we really are, because I'm taking this primal health coaching course from a guy named Mark Sisson. He's in his 70s, is in great help, but it's kind of getting back to, how we were, how we lived. Every once in a while we would sprint. That's how we did it. Otherwise, we kind of took care of our energy. Every once in a while we would lift heavy things. We got plenty of sunlight. We got plenty of sleep, and so we can get back to those basic kind of a primal living, man. I'm really into it, and I just think that's who we were for thousands of years. We've got away from that through, the way we've, become industrialized, right?
Industrialized and mechanized. That's the word. We've become artificial, and that's where all the problems are. Is because we're just misaligned. It is so simple. It's nothing miraculous. It's not complicated, and it's not even like primal. Yeah. Like, you don't even have to go thousands of years. Just go back 50 years. Go back 100 years ago.
Oh, I know it.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean there wasn't problems. There's always problems, and there's always fucked up people out there.
Yeah.
But, again, if you just hit the baselines, it's like this. Frequency becomes form, and form becomes frequency. It's not mind over matter. It's matter over mind. If you want to affect your mind, if you want to affect your energy, you start with the baseline body. It's like we all want to be spiritual masters and gurus and Zen kings and billionaires and all this shit, but we can't even brush our teeth properly in the morning. We can't even resist a donut. I mean, we can't even get out of bed on time. It's like, why the fuck would you want to go and become a real estate mogul if you can't even control what you put in your mouth?
I know it.
And that's what this is all about. Primal, bringing it back and developing that control and that awareness. It's so simple. And when you have that, and here's the biggest thing, Cliff, those things, those absolute fundamental basics are the hardest to master. And why are they the hardest to master? Because they're boring.
Yeah,
And
right,
they're
yeah.
subtle. And
Yeah.
they're so subtle because the true effect of them isn't seen until you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60
Yeah.
years old.
That's
There's that
right.
time delay. But the actual true result, it's a trick. It is immediate because it's a physiological, a mental, and an energetic, spiritual feedback. When you
Yeah.
eat the right thing, you immediately have a feeling. And ultimately, that's what's going to get you. That's all there is in life is a feeling. So you eat shit, you're going to feel shit. You eat good, you're going to feel good.
Absolutely. Yeah. And maybe it's because people don't have a perspective or maybe a conditioning to. So if my dad was in the hospital for he was 83, but for a heart disease and intensive care. And when I'm seeing people, man, with all these tubes coming out of their noses and they're intubating people and they're putting stents in, I'm thinking, I can't be here. I don't want to be here. I have a negative association with this. What do I have to do? And man, I couldn't be more motivated. For me to stay away from the donut is very easy, believe me, because I see what's on the other side of that.
Yeah, that's right. People don't have enough exposure. They don't have enough pain. Or, again, it's not your fault,
Right.
but it's your responsibility.
There you go.
We're all born into this construct. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
all born into this artificial matrix. It's just the way it is. But, I mean, look at people like you and me. Look at millions of people. Look at all the great leaders and even just someone great in your local community. They snapped out of it because here's the thing. We come back to that childlike purity. We're all born pure. We're all born with a unique essence.
Yes.
But we're all very similar. We're not as different as you think.
Yeah. No, that's right.
We all like and need the same things, right, Cliff? But there is something unique to us that we have to express. And that was what we were born with. Look at a child. There's no evil children. There's no asshole children. They're expressive. They're powerful. They're energetic. They're curious. They're sharing. They want to have fun. They want to play. They want to build.
Yeah.
We lose all of that.
Yeah.
That's where all our problems come from.
Like you said, 50 years ago, we used to go outside and play. We were ordered, man. My parents, get outside. Don't come back till it's dark, man. And we were playing with sticks. We didn't need real guns. We had a stick. We could make stuff up, and we played all the time. But we were moving a lot. We weren't having 7 meals a day. We had breakfast, lunch, dinner, and that was it. We ate our vegetables. We were in a different way of living then. Wow. Yeah, not that long ago. Yeah.
No, and it's funny, like you say, it's like the health journey, right? Here's an example. Here's 2 examples.
Please.
Everything's misconstrued, right? We attach to identities and the mind and therapies and all these big goggly goop words and trying to figure out paradigms and ways to hack life. There ain't no hack. The more shortcuts, it's like this. The more shortcuts you take, you don't end up getting to the right place because you're too busy taking the shortest route. The only way from here to there is to go from here to there. If you're taking shortcuts, you're not going to go all the way. Simple as that. So with the health thing, we go through, mung bean salads and like biohacking and like, fermented fucking whatever. Man, meat, fruit, vegetables, nuts, like a bit of rice, whatever, even just fruit, meat, and vegetables. It's like you start off eating that, you go through this big full circle, then you get back to the beginning and you realize what a waste of time, And
That's
the other thing is fear. The other one more thing, Cliff, is fear. We've got fear in the wrong way. Everything's back to front.
Yeah.
Like, there's no healthy dose of fear. Fear is a motivator. Fear is powerful. It can actually be a positive. There's just 2 types. There's the primary fear of death.
Yeah.
And there's a secondary fear, which is your calling, which is your conscience. It's the internal compass within. So for us when we were kids, we had a healthy dose of fear. We had respect for our parents. We had respect for our elders and those in positions of earned authority. Now, everybody is just born a tyrant. Everybody has immature grandiosity, and they wonder why they're unhappy because they're always throwing tantrums because they're not getting their way because they're used to being pampered.
I see that all the time too, man. I see it. It's like no one wants to say no anymore. How come people aren't saying no? I always wonder. In our country, I don't know about where you are. How come this? I don't understand why this crazy guy that I don't know. He's watching his daughter in a swim meet, while a man is in the same locker room with his daughter exposing himself and he's not kicking his ass, and I can't understand it.
No, yeah, it's just it's back to front, it's upside down, and it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm only looking for people that are looking, Cliff. It's simple as that. I'm only looking for the people that are looking.
That's right. Yeah.
Fuck everyone else. Like that what example there. Yeah, fuck everybody that's on that path too.
Yeah, you're right.
Wants to
Yeah.
try and be a Gaia worshipping global citizen that wants to just live and be consumed by the hallucinations of the mind. They're so attached to the three-dimensional material world, they think that it's real. I mean, it's real, but it's an illusion. Everything is not what you think it is. And the minute you think what it is, the minute it slips through your hand, and now you've been consumed by it, you become possessed, and you won't even know it.
No. How are you? Do you coach people like this all around the world, or in person, or how?
Straight up, man. Yeah, straight up. Whether it's people in person or it's on coaching like this, because here's the thing: it's not so much it's not a rational thing. I mean, my baseline program is called Neurochemical Mastery. Being powerful and being happy is a formula. There's 4 chemicals that understand how to release them and how to harness them in your brain. You'll constantly be in a state of flow and feel happy.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's not so much an energy thing, because the rational world is a trap. What it is, it's an energy thing. So what I do is basically I'm a portal. I'm a way for people to complete their electrical loop. It's like us. We're having a great conversation right now because we're in sync. There is an energetic exchange. It doesn't matter if you're on the other side of the fucking world. The transmission is instant.
Yeah.
And that's what this is really all about. Everybody wants to feel better, and everybody wants more energy. Simple as that.
Yeah. I try to tell, man, that's why I like that. I share, I'm 66. I have more energy now than I did when I was 40. And so I get excited about sharing those things, because I see these people, and it's like in the police, when I was 35 years as a police officer, and then when you graduate, you have to be at a level of fitness and health to graduate. And then guess what? 2 days later, you never have to be in shape again. I just can't understand that mentality. I could go through the academy right now. I could pass right now.
It's extreme. It's like, think of it like this. If you want the lessons to life, look all around you. You'll see the lessons in life itself. Now, what is the meaning of life, right? What is the meaning of life? Look at life itself. It don't need no meaning. It just is. It's a beautiful miracle. And that is the meaning of life. This present moment, actually being here, engaged with the world. Now, the purpose of life has a definitive answer. Look at everything else. What do they all do? Everything else grows. Everything else grows as big and as powerful and as influential and as expansive and as prolific as it possibly can. We need to do the same thing. And the instant that we stop doing that, we have darkness, we have despair, we have desolation, we have the suicidal thoughts, because it's not you that wants to die. It's a spiritual death. It's not physiological. It's that you've let your essence be depleted. You've actually dampened your charge. So as you said there about the you only need to do it once. It's a subscription life. You need to subscribe to life every day. You need to pay your dues every fucking day and every fucking hour. I mean, I can have a great morning, but then if I just give up for the rest of the day, I'm going to go to bed and go, man, that was a crap day. Even if I crush the morning, it is consistent. You must be perpetual in your application.
Did you follow Jim Rohn at all?
Oh, Jim Rohn, what a legend.
Well, I heard it. I heard his words coming out of your mouth. He used to say, "How tall does a tree grow? As tall as it can." And so
he picked it up. He got it. Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Exactly. You found yourself. You're repeating it, and it's great to see that come out of your mouth, man. It's awesome. I got to meet him actually when he was still alive back in the early '90s. Yeah, and I went there for real estate training, and I thought sales training. I got life training, right? And so I like what he also said, and it goes along with what you said. I make $50,000 a year. Is that enough? if that's the best you can do, it's enough. If not, no, it's not enough. If that's not the best you can do, because what most messes with the mind when we're not doing the best that we can, right?
Oh, 100% Cliff. It's like my life, for example. I was unhealthy. I end up, divorce, bankruptcy,
I read that. Yeah.
alcoholism, drug addiction, not, the whole shebang, and just self-loathing, the suicide, just the depression. I've been to the other side. I've been to the underworld. And that's why I do what I do, because I know the pain. I know how much it hurts. And I'm only one decision away from that pain. If I don't get up every single day and do my daily process, bam, I go back to that same place. So I have to keep doing this. I mean, I know how it feels, and people think it's hard. It's a lot harder not doing it, because
that's
look at
right.
the pain
Oh my
you're
God.
in. And it's going to get worse. Trust me,
yeah.
especially if you're younger, it's going to get so much worse. So here's the thing. Like you said then about I want for sales training, but I got life training.
Yeah.
People think I need to try harder. People think I need to do this, I need to do that. And that's what I thought. I need to do this and I need to do that. No, I was still lost myself until I found a master, and he taught me you need to go beyond that. You need to go deeper. You need to actually go to your core and have a look at what's actually festering in there. Bring it out into the light. Because here's the thing, we always are burning bright. Every one of us has that powerful core, just like the sun. All you're doing, you're just standing in the shade. I mean, look at the earth. Nighttime isn't some different phenomenon. That's just the shadow of the earth.
That's right.
That's a result of the sun, of your power. You never lose your power. Who you truly are never dies. It's just dormant. And we're just here to actually make you remember and to wake up.
Absolutely, yeah. I was thinking of a Jim Rohn again as you were talking, right? So, there's the pain of discipline, which weighs ounces, but the pain of regret is crushing, right? Oh, man.
Oh, isn't it crushing? Oh,
You sparked another thought I had earlier today, because you were talking about, every day we got to be after it. And I was talking to my buddy, I go, all these people that are gathering for the eclipse, right? Because it's once in a lifetime and how precious it is. I'm thinking every day is a precious once in a lifetime. Aren't these people, they should be awed by the sunrise and the sunset. Forget the eclipse.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody sitting on the toilet taking a shit is precious.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every single moment of your life is precious, because everything you do matters. I never realized that. I thought I could be, I'll do this, I'll try hard, and then, I earned a little break. And it doesn't mean be some hyperactive maniac.
Right.
What it means is just be engaged. And what it ultimately means is, again, look at life. Everything has to get up and show up, or it dies. It perishes.
Yes.
And we're the same. And the whole entire construct of life force, of the food chain, of being a living, breathing organism is work. I mean, the only reason we can be complacent, we can be lazy, is because of a global mass system that's powered by millions of men and millions of machines. You can only be complacent because you're living off the consistent effort of others.
That's right.
Without work, nothing ever happens. So work is worship. The only reason you loathe it is, number one, your belief system, and number two, you're doing the wrong work. You're not actually aligned with your true genius potential, and you're not expressing that. And that's what I do, is I help people get back to their baseline form so they can actually get that clarity of mind, and then they can access that genius and actually be aligned and have that fulfilling life. So simple. It is actually easier. It's way more complicated and harder not doing it.
Exactly. It's harder. It's
way
harder.
More complicated.
Yeah. Hey, so where can people find you? Is the unifiedman.com still a good link that I can put?
Yeah, theunifiedman.com.au, or follow me on Instagram, which is Neal, Neal Fisher _ Just jump on there. I mean, if you want to have even if you just want to have a chat, you need someone to reach out to. I'm always there. You know what I mean? Or if you want to hit my programs up, if you want that level, get on there and even just hit me up now, because every podcast I do, I always offer 5 free spots, every single one.
Oh my God, that's nice. Yeah.
People have done so much for me in my life. I have to give back.
Yeah, me too.
The more,
Yeah.
like you, it's like when you share, you get more out of it because you're hearing it again, you're relearning, and you're going to a deeper level because the rational world, the mind, wants to go wide on things, whereas the soul goes deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
That's so true. As some people, I remember when my mom used to, she said, haven't you already read that book? Yeah, I'm reading it again for the 3rd time because I'm going to get a revelation out of it that I didn't get the first 3-4 times, right?
Yeah, the first time I didn't even actually read it the first time.
That's right.
Because look at the energy you were in. You probably like me, you were like, awesome, I'm going to read this book. I've got to get this book done.
Yeah. You know what?
Get this book done.
And to a point that you said earlier, why do they watch a movie 12 times over? First of all, they know how it's going to make them feel. And then they know they're going to see other shit they never saw the first 12 times, right?
Yeah.
They don't I already saw that. They don't go, I already saw that. No, I want to see that again.
And that's the thought that blocks us from growth. That is the exact thought. Like that thought there is one of the biggest determinants of all the pain and suffering in our life because we know. I already know that. No. You don't know it. You've just been exposed to it.
That's
now
right.
You say that you know it. You've cut yourself off from it. And now you never actually truly learn. It's like my master. He just says the exact same shit all day, every day. And then every single time I meet with him, I go, wow, that was beautiful. And I go through it and watch it again. But then I look back and I realize he's just been saying the same thing the whole time. Because it just goes deeper. It goes deeper. Because the words and the information, that's just a superficial layer. It's the unseen. And you have to experience it for yourself to truly get it. I mean, we can only point to it. You're the one that has to go and see it.
That's right. You're right, brother. Oh, man. Neal Fisher, I love this, man. I'm going to send people to your site, theunifiedman.com, and your book is A Unified Man, Building a Nation from Within, because it's an inside job, people. It's not out there that's causing any trouble. It's you, and you have the keys, too, to make the changes. Right, brother?
Fucking 100,000 million%. And like I said before, first 5 years, just send me a message on Instagram or just contact me on my fucking website and just say, hey, I saw you on the Cliff Yates show. I'll put you on my neurochemical mastery program. You'll be working with me, and it's just the formula for power. You fucking love it. I
love it, man. All right, Neal Fisher, you're awesome. Hang around for a debriefing. I think we've hit it, and you've inspired me, my brother, and that takes a little bit. So you did it. All right, Neal, hang around, my brother. Hang on.